Why should we use cloud computing? Why at all is cloud computing important? Now, the first thing I would say is that cloud computing is cost effective. It is cost effective. You are going to pay for what you are consuming, and there is no upfront cost. You are paying for what you are consuming. So it's not like you are starting a company, and you need to go and buy servers. You need to go and buy. You need to employ a lot of IT staff to manage your IT services for you. No, you can just employ 2 or 3 cloud engineers, and everything else is solved. Right? And you're only going to use for the data that you're only going to pay for the data that you are using. Right? So there is no upfront cost. You are able to launch workloads anywhere in the world. So, what happens is that nowadays we want our companies to go global. Right? When we start a company, even here in Ghana, when we start a company, we want the company to go global. We don't want it to stay in Ghana. But when you are using a data center, when you are not using cloud computing, when you are not using cloud services, what happens is that all your data is in your building, and it might not even be accessible outside Kumasi or even outside Accra or outside Ghana. It might not be accessible, right? But when you are using cloud computing, you can launch resources everywhere in the world, and everyone will get it at every point in time. That is why when you build a website and you are hosting it on Heroku, the moment you make any changes to the website, everyone anywhere in the world is able to see. Now, the services are very secure, right? Let's say you have your data center in your building and there's a fire outbreak. Instantly, you've lost all your data. But if you are hosting it on Google Cloud Platform, like I said, your data is duplicated. So even if the first one went to, let's say, Europe, and it is there, it will be duplicated to North America. So if a particular data center catches fire at Europe, you are still going to maintain your website because it has been duplicated to North America. So North America is going to serve the rest of the world. That is how secure it is. It's also reliable for data backup, for data recovery, disaster recovery, for data replication. Like I said, it's something we call fault tolerance. So you can easily back up your data, right? It is not easy for your data to get lost. You can easily back up your data with it. Now, it's also scalable. This is a very interesting point. You see, when you start a business, maybe in your first month, you have about 50 customers. So your seller is able to host them. That is very nice. In the subsequent months, let's say your marketing is very good, so you get a lot of people. You realize that your server starts to crash. So when you look at the documentary of a lot of these tech startups, Twitter, Facebook, Netflix, and all that, most of them started with on-premise. They had their data centers in their offices. What happened? The moment their application started gaining traction, their servers always blows up, especially Twitter. Their servers were always blowing up. Their servers were blowing up here and there, right? But with cloud computing, it is easy to scale your resources based on the demand. So the more people are entering your service, the cloud service provider just scales it up. So you won't have anything like I am logging into your website and your website is not opening, or maybe I am downloading your app is not downloading, or it takes about 5 hours to download. You won't get such a problem when you are using cloud service provider. And it is also automatic. It doesn't ask for your permission before it does it. It automatically detects that a lot of people want the service at a particular point in time. So it scales it up so that it's able to meet all the demand. When a lot of people withdraw their services, it scales it back down so that you don't pay a lot. And it is very fast. It gives you a faster time to market. So it's easier to test new ideas of applications with faster deployments. So maybe you are working on a project, your school project at school. You can decide to use cloud service provider so that the moment all your things are on the cloud and maybe there is a bug somewhere which is not allowing your program to work, instantly you log in, you are able to change it, you are done. Instead of waiting or letting everything be on your machine, and on the D-Day when it's time for you to present your project, your machine starts to give you issues and all that. No. If you're using a cloud service provider and all your resources are on the cloud, you only need someone's laptop just to log in into your account and pull everything back down. right? So an example of a cloud service provider, we all use it. That is GitHub. GitHub is an example of a software and a platform as a service. It's part of cloud computing. It is owned by Microsoft, right? So we push our code to GitHub, and whenever we need it, we just go there and we clone our code and we get to use it, right? So cloud computing gives us a faster time to get to the market. All right, so we are almost bringing our presentation to an end. I told you this is going to be a very short one. We are going to look at Google Cloud Platform. Okay, Google Cloud Platform. We are going to look at some facts concerning Google Cloud Platform, and that is the cloud service provider we are going to use. Remember, I said earlier on that we have AWS, we have Microsoft Azure, we also have Google Cloud Platform. All right. Now, for those of you who don't know, Google is the controller of the open source network called Kubernetes. Okay, those of you who don't know, it goes hand in hand with Docker, but Kubernetes is practically owned by Google. So when you are using Google Cloud Platform, okay, of all the other service providers, when you are using the Google Cloud Platform, it is easier to integrate with Kubernetes. Now, Kubernetes is becoming very, very useful in applications, especially with larger organizations as the code grows. Kubernetes is something we call containers, right? You package your code in containers. So your code lies in containers and you're able to host them, right? It becomes easier to search for a particular bug in the code. It becomes easier to debug. It becomes easier to deploy when you're using Kubernetes. And because of that, Google Cloud Platform is recommended. Now, GCP also provides easy management and monitoring of APIs that are supported by Google by default. So all the APIs that are supported by Google, GCP gives you the ability to manage them very easily. We'll get into that. Then, that is the most interesting part of the whole cloud business. Now, according to this website that I pulled, Google Cloud Certificates, okay, Google Cloud Certificate, that is Google Certified Professional Cloud Architect, is amongst the top paying IT certification with an average salary of $161,000. That is per year, actually, annually. And that is why the cloud is becoming a very huge business, right? A lot of companies are looking for cloud developers. Now, mind you, you don't necessarily need to know how to code, but it will be an advantage if you know how to code because you'll be able to get things done faster, right? But it's not a necessity, okay? So if you are looking to get into cloud development, this is the prime time, this is the prime chance that you can get into it. Because a lot of companies, they want to, focus mainly on the business side of things and leave the technology side of things. They want to focus on the business, on getting more customers. So they are not focusing on data centers and all that. They are migrating every single thing to the cloud. So a lot of companies use cloud services, a lot of them. All the companies I showed from the beginning, they all use cloud platform, either Google Cloud Platform, Amazon Web Services, that is AWS, or Microsoft Azure. They all use it. Now, these platforms provide everything that we would need. So if maybe you are working on a project, right? Maybe next year, some of you will work on projects, some of you are going to be your final year project. Everything that you would want to do, maybe you want to do something like IoT. When you go to Google Cloud Platform, there is an IoT service. That's some things had already been configured. So all that you do is just to attach your machine to it, download the data, just change some variables, and your IoT devices are set up. How they communicate with each other, you are not going to worry about that. Google is the one going to do all those back-end services for you. And that is why a lot of companies are looking for people who are cloud certified so that they'll be able to work with them. In fact, nowadays, when I go to LinkedIn and I search for most of the words, most of them you would find out that it's either they want you to know something about AWS, that's Amazon Web Services, or they want you to know something about Microsoft Azure, or they want you to know something about Google Cloud Platform, which of course we are using now. Google Cloud Platform is very, very fast anyway. So they want you to know something about the cloud. And that is why it's becoming a very important industry that I believe as IT professionals or as people who are looking to get into technology, we would take a very good look at it. And this would bring us to the end of our presentation. I want to end with this quote by Albert Einstein, which says, "Strive to be, strive not to be of success, but rather be of value. Strive not to be of success, but be of value." What does this thing mean? Invest in yourself, become valuable. That is what the whole tech business is about. Become valuable. Have the skills that the industry needs. Have the skill that the industry needs. I have one mentor who said, "It's not that we have savings problem. No, we can all save, but the problem we are having is income. Because if you are earning more, that is when you will be able to spend more. And how do you earn more? By upscaling yourself. If you have the necessary skills, if you have the required skills, companies will pay you more just because you have the skills. And it's very difficult to get the skills because many of us are not willing to learn. In fact, many people don't want to learn. It takes a lot of time to learn. But because many people don't want to learn, the few people who are around who know how to do these things, they are getting paid much more. So Albert Einstein is telling all of us discipline that we should strive not to be of success, but rather be of value. And that is what will get us to where we want to get to. Now, that is just the first part of the presentation. In subsequent sessions, somewhere next week or next 2 weeks, we would dig deeper into GCP. This time around, we are going to get our hands dirty with GCP, with the codes that, would help us to get into it very quickly. And in our next session as well, I would introduce you guys to a way that you can get the vouchers to write some of these examinations for free. Okay, some of these examinations for free, so that you can put them on your resume. That is the most important thing. With this cloud services thing, sometimes it's difficult to present projects. The first thing every recruiter would look for if you are coming would be if you have a certification. The moment you have a certification, that is the first thing. You've already passed. So now they have to test maybe your basic skills to find out. But mostly, a lot of us learn on the job. That is what happens. A lot of us learn on the job. But the certification gives us an edge over a lot of people. So I'll introduce you to the certifications, and then I'll introduce you to the cloud developer roles that you can get using GCP. Okay, so we have people we call solutions architects, we have people we call database administrators, and all those people. I'll introduce you to them. I'll introduce you to the roles in our next session, and then also in our next session we are going to do the basic things that we want to do with cloud services. Something like how to host a website on a cloud service. Using GCP, of course. How to host your website on Google Cloud Platform for free, actually. For free, don't worry. It's going to be for free. How to host your website, how to host your applications. You can even get applications which have already been built. You just need to change the variables, change certain things, and you can make the application yours. Right? We are going to learn how to use all these things. Maybe you are looking to get into data analysis. You don't know where to get data from. I'll show you a place on Google Cloud Platform that you get a lot of data, and you can write SQL queries to query the data, make sensible analysis from it. Google will make some of the analysis for you. You can present these ones as your project, and it's very, very, very nice. I have used them before, and it's going to be very, very nice. All these things would help you build your skills in cloud so that you become ready for the job market. This is just a tip of the iceberg of what we are going to do for our next session, and I hope none of us will miss it. Thank you very much. I would accept questions or anything that we would want to say. Thank you.
Thank you too for presenting on such a wonderful presentation on cloud. Please, if you have any questions, please let us know.
If you have any question, just raise your hands. We will see, and then we will contact you. Hello, are we all here? Yes, Jamil.
Yeah, hello. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is not really a question about what you were saying, but it is kind of. Sorry, I joined the meeting late, so I noticed that most of these sessions I'm interested in them, but the times clash with my work times too. So I wanted to know if you guys record them, or or if we can have access to these things, because I really want to join in, but due to a few circumstances. And
Okay,
I'm also
yes.
looking for self-paced courses as well because of how the dynamic of my work. So, yes, thanks.
Okay. So, all
So
right,
sure.
Jamin.
Yes, we actually have plans for these things as well. We actually created a YouTube channel. We'll be uploading these videos, these events, up there. So we share this with the community. If you're already in the community groups, or probably in the new Discord server, we will just share the information, or just share the information to our social media platforms so you get access to them. So yeah, we are definitely recording all these events.
Okay, and about the certification for these events, do you have certification for what we are doing right now as well, or we have to go and do external certifications?
Come again.
Are these, say someone sits through this this course, like the one you guys are going through right, we are taking it through right now, right? Is it an in-house certification from the community, or we have to take external certifications as well?
Oh, no. You okay? So that's a nice idea. Actually, I'll talk about it with Prince to see how best we can do that. It's actually a certification voucher. It's not an in-house one, but now that you are saying it, we would think about it. We would have to buy it, but if we are able to host these events and present them to Google that we are training people for cloud computing, and we are requesting access to, or we are requesting vouchers. Who knows? They might grant us vouchers if they find out that we are having the people to take the exam.
Okay,
I mean,
that's my
yeah,
thanks.
yeah, sure. Anyone else? Anyone else? All right. So, okay. You see, go on. You see,
You
go on.
can unmute and talk.
Can unmute and speak.
Also,
Your line is breaking. If you can speak well. Prince, can you hear what he's saying?
yeah, can you
No,
Yes,
we can actually.
speak a little louder. It's very faint.
okay, I said I entered. Is there any
You see,
You see, can you type your
yeah,
question?
can you type?
Chat.
Okay, yes. So type for us.
So while you see
now?
this,
Can you hear me?
type.
Yeah,
we can.
yes, this better.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go on.
Yeah. Is there any project that can be cloud service? I thought every program is being in cloud. Or I need more expansion on this. Thank you very much.
I didn't get that well. Come again.
I said my question regarding do I enter late, but what I and my question is this: is there any project that is not on cloud, not based on cloud, but also for easy access? So please, can you explain better?
You see, I'm struggling to hear. Please, if anyone heard, can you repeat? Can anyone repeat his question for me? Hello, if anyone heard, can anyone repeat his question for me?
See if you could just type your question into chat, you read
Yes,
it and
yes.
answer it.
Continue typing. Yes. Continue typing. You are reading.
So while you see this,
whilst he's typing, I just want you guys to note that when you look at the top, you see with IT, I don't know, but I believe you guys should know that with IT, certifications are at the top level of IT. When you have the required certifications, it gives you, that is the first pass to any interview that you are going to gain. Right. Yes, sometimes the projects are very nice. I mean, they build solid projects, but should someone come in with a certification, the person is going to be prioritized than you. That's why when you are in a university and you go in for a work and you already have bachelor's of science in computer whatever, bachelor's of science in whatever, you are prioritized than the one who went to a boot camp, right? Then after that they'll check the skill set to see if you actually match the field. So I'll say that certification is very, very important, especially with cloud computing. So in an upcoming sessions, we're going to do hands-on labs. We're going to do hands-on labs. We're going to do project. We are going to build project actually. Every session from our next session is going to be mainly project building. Okay, so that we can add some of these things to our resumes, and if we are able to get the vouchers, we would write the exam and we would move forward. Thank you very much. You see, I'm still waiting for your question. I saw you typing it, but you stopped.
Yeah.
Prince, over to you.
I'm still typing.
Okay, you see, we are saying that um, based on this course, you thought that all projects are mostly on cloud automatically. Kindly expatiate. Uh, okay, if I understand what you're saying. Okay, what I was saying about cloud is that, you see, we said we have three types of cloud computing, right? And at the top level of it was software as a service. And what I meant by software as a service is that, you see, what we are using right now is software as a service, right? We are only managing coming online and talking and presenting. It's software as a service. How I'm able to